Abby today. As expected, Abby's a great student athlete here at William Blount. We want to thank her for all her time as she's going to move forward and play volleyball at Bryan. So it's going to be an exciting time for her. I know for the coaches that are going to lose her, it'll be tough, but for the coaches who are going to gain her, that will be a blessing for them. I'm going to let some folks talk here before Abby gets an opportunity to talk and sign her papers. I'm going to start off with one of her travel coaches, Walter. So, Walter, got a few good words for Abby.
Thank you. Well, all I got to say is wow, I've seen this kid grow from 10 years old. The first team I got to see her play volleyball on. She's really got a lot of grit, played, I remember when she transitioned into wanting to be a setter. She was a middle and 12 years old. And we seen something in her hands because she would all the time have to be setting the ball because our passers always pass to the middle. So Abby sitting there, whoop, oh, she's got pretty hands. So that transitioned into her being a setter, and a great one at that. I truly believe she'll do great things for the college there. So congratulations, Abby, and I'm very proud of you.
Like Walter said, Abby's a special kid. I've had her for 3 years now, too. All these girls were sophomores when I started. And just from the moment I walked in the gym, I didn't know any of these girls. But Abby caught my eye with her leadership. She's always known how to lead well and just have a fierceness on the court that I've never seen before. She's always given it 110%, and she's real quiet off the court, but when she's on the court, like he said, she's got some real grit. And she's not afraid to tell her teammates when they're in the wrong, which we needed as a leader. But she also leads as an example off the court, on the court, in the classroom. So it's definitely going to be a tough loss for us, but I know that she's going to do great things at Bryan. And I can't wait to watch her grow further in her career and flourish at Bryan. Who's next? There you go. You want to?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jessica Day, head women's volleyball coach at Bryan, and this is my assistant, Nate. We saw Abby over the summer. She emailed us, and we liked what we saw, so we kept in contact, and it sounds like we're getting a great girl from the other coaches that have spoke, so we're just really excited for her to flourish at Bryan, and we're hoping that she'll earn a starting position and be an impact player for us in the future. So, welcome to Bryan.
All right. Okay, so I'm Abby's mom. Like Walter said, we started at K2 a long time ago, and it started all with her starting her first team, and it was in the summer, and it was with Walter. And then I remember telling her dad she had a really hard time learning to serve, do her overhand serves, and there was after probably about a year or maybe a little less of playing, I was thinking, oh, is she ever going to get this? But she did, because she perseveres and and she works really, really hard, and she doesn't give up. And anyone that knows Abby knows that you don't have to be really hard on her. I'm sure in volleyball she's had to have a little bit of steering, but she really is hard on herself enough. If she comes home from school and her grade point average, or she's got a low grade in one of her classes, and she sees her grade dropping just the slightest, she'll say, "That's unacceptable. It will not end up this way. I will pull it up." So I've never had to be hard on her because she is way hard on herself. So I just want to say thank you for all the coaches at K2. There are way too many to name, but they really helped her get her fundamentals in volleyball, and a lot of them have had a great impact on her personally and with the sport. We moved clubs last year to Club Unite, and I also want to say thank you to them. They've helped a lot with the recruiting process, and she's had some great coaches there as well. And I want to say a little bit about Bryan. When we first visited, we had visited several colleges, me and her together. And when we left Bryan, she said, "This is where I want to go, and I want to play volleyball here. And if that doesn't work out, then I probably will just choose somewhere else and not play volleyball." She was at that point where she just could not find a great fit. So I prayed about it, and she prayed about it. And once we met Coach Day, she actually gave us a testimony of how she chose Bryan. And when she came to Bryan, and she was actually out of the country, and how it just felt like a good fit, and she felt like God had led her there. And that was very special for her to share that with us. And that made a great impact on me and Abby in choosing this school.
Thanks. Well, first off, I just want to thank everyone for coming. I thank y'all for constantly encouraging and pushing me throughout this journey, and I definitely wouldn't be here without any of you guys. I'd like to start off by thanking all of my coaches throughout the years, whether it be club or high school, that have really just inspired me to be the best player I can be, and has just made every season just unforgettable. I think all of my coaches and all of my teammates have really just become family to me, and I'm going to miss you guys so much. I think Walter and Mike especially, they were probably one of my first couple club coaches, and they really just never gave up on me, and without them I definitely wouldn't be here. And a big special thanks to Kendra, because she just helped me so much throughout this whole recruiting process, because it was definitely frustrating and harder than I thought it would be, but I'm so glad that I chose Bryan, and I'm really happy with my decision. She just constantly pushed me to do my best and let me know how important I was, and she's honestly one of my biggest role models, even though I never really give her credit for it. But she's an amazing coach and an amazing person, and I just enjoyed having her throughout my high school career. But I'd also like to give a big special thanks to all my guidance counselors and my teachers, because they just always showed interest in my volleyball career, and I couldn't thank them enough, because a lot of teachers just got to know me on a different level and would always be asking me about my games or practices, and would really just show interest in me, and I really appreciated it. And I even know that sometimes I'd be complaining about having to get all my work done before my tournament, and they'd really just help me out with it, or they'd make small jokes about it, or always ask me how it went, so I thank them enough. But I'm going to read off of this to thank my parents, because I'm probably going to forget some things. But I'm especially thankful for you guys, because you've always put in constant time and money into me just so I could play the sport I love. You've continued to help me grow into the person I am today, and I know I can never thank you guys enough or tell you guys how much you truly mean to me. From taking me to practices and tournaments, or just helping me play in the yard when I wanted extra reps, you guys put constant effort into me, and you've also put so much time into volleyball as well, because I know it took dedication from you guys as well. Although I do think I can confidently say you guys have also grown to love this sport, whether you wanted to or not. I know Mom sometimes comes in my room at least once a day talking about some sort of volleyball, and I'm like, "Mom, you don't even know what a double is," but she'll be coming in there telling me the scores of games and stuff, and I'm like, "Okay, I think you like it." But I'd also like to say why I chose Bryan. I'm going to be honest, I visited some other colleges, and although they were great, right when I stepped on foot, like when I got on campus at Bryan, it honestly just felt like home to me. Like, it was so small, it was only an hour away from home, and Coach Day and the players, when I met them, they just opened me with their arms, and I could not thank them enough. I'm so excited to play, and I'm so excited that Coach Day saw potential in me, and I cannot wait to see what God has in store for me. I hope to grow in my faith, and I also hope to make a lot of new friends who inspire me to be better. I'm so excited.
Thank you, Abby. And, you know, it's just a testament to look out here and see your teachers and some former principals and folks like that throughout here to watch you. So I know that you're well loved here at William Blount High School. All right, we will allow you to sign some papers, and we'll take some official pictures of you signing, and then after that, you'll have plenty of time to do some unofficial pictures. right, the next signing is at 2 o'clock, so you have about 30 minutes to take some pictures. Just don't knock my banner back down.